Today is the 10th of November. It is a Wednesday. I am Moon Petrie and I just filmed my outro to my last vlog and here's the intro to this one. But my baby just sat in a puddle, so we have some little pants to change. I have not written anything yet today. Nobody is shocked to hear that. Nap has not happened yet, so I am hoping it will be a good day. It feels like a good day. It was rainy this morning and now it's this very puddly, beautiful golden autumn light happening. So I'm feeling optimistic. On the 10th, I found a channel, thanks to Devin Cutting's playlist of live streams, called A Healthy Dose of Fran. I had not met her before. She was very cool. I hung out on that live stream, and then in the evening on the Worldwide Write-a-thon channel, which has surprisingly few subscribers considering, so go subscribe. Jessica Williamson and Samantha L. Nassett were doing a stream, and between the two I managed 2,111 words. Actual words in the book. It's now Thursday and I'm having a wrist problem. I don't know, achy wrist, and I'm trying to tell myself it's from changing what keyboard I'm using. I've been using a laptop that's like thin like a crepe, and so it has my wrist at a different angle from my usual Bluetooth keyboard. I'm trying to tell myself all I need to do is connect the Bluetooth keyboard to the laptop and it'll be fine. It isn't hurting when I'm typing. It's hurting at other times, but I'm afraid I am making it worse with all the typing. But I'm telling myself I'm not. It's fine. It's totally fine. I kind of need a brainstorming day, I think, or at least a chunk of brainstorming time. And so I'm gonna try and figure out what is happening in the next chunk. I'm like right at the midpoint. A big turn is about to happen, a big twist, and I need to figure out the logistics around that. And so on the 11th, not wanting to strain my wrist, I tried Dictation. It is a giant pain in my butt. In fact, now I have written in that text, homophones are a pain in my butt. I also realize I say things oddly. I enunciate too much on words that end with T and it pluralizes them, and I say and instead of and, I guess. It's also very weird watching it make guesses about some of the more obscure things I say. I have a character named Chiappucci, Italian surname Chiappucci, and it is desperately trying to figure out what I could possibly mean. Campuccio is my favorite guess. But I was just brainstorming for that. I got 1,021 words of brainstorming, and I don't know how anyone could do dictation in an actual document that they meant to actually like do something with. It was awful. I draft really cleanly and this was awful. But I did get a bunch of thoughts out about how I'm gonna handle this midpoint turn. The 12th was Friday and the Troublemakers had a stream on Jessica Williamson's channel. I dabbled a little more with dictation. I figured out some ways to make it a little bit less of a disaster, but I was still working in brainstorming. I got 519 words. I needed the break. I needed the break for my wrist, for my brain, for brainstorming rather than drafting. I needed the break. So I am definitely behind now, not hugely behind, but definitely behind. And I'm not delighted with that, but I'd kind of rather think things through. I'd rather take the time to do the brainstorming and the thinking and not just rush forward in the document and have the book turn out with all that garbage in it. Mia Van Meter asked in a comment recently about subplots. What are some of my favorite subplots and what could I share about them? And so my main plot is serial killer-ish because it's a serial killer book. And so I am I have a variety of subplots. There's kind of, it feels like too much going on. I may need to streamline things at some point. One thing that I am trying to keep in mind is post-pandemic world and sort of reflecting on some of the realities there. My main character's partner is Chinese American and has dealt with racism. It's a strong memory, although it's not necessarily, I haven't depicted anything currently happening, but having soured relationships with people during the pandemic who were expressing anti-Asian racism around COVID-19, and how that affected his family and his daughter's experience being in high school at the time and stuff like that. I am also, writing about cops, and I'm trying to be aware of hoping that things continue to change and that that police departments will be held accountable, will voluntarily be more accountable, and do better intentionally, but also aware that some of what they do will be just for show, to look like they are making change, or even when there is a more earnest effort, that it can be interpreted as just for show. And people assuming, well, they just hired this person to make it look good or whatever. So yeah, trying to grapple with some of that while at the same time, keeping it fairly light because it is just a cop thriller. I don't know. Working on that. Anyway, until next time, I am Moon Petrie. I hope whatever you need to do for yourself, you are doing it.